Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, Coder Clubhouse. And it's a tough time out here. Tough time in the streets. It's beautiful. School's about to end. It's Thursday. We got a long weekend. But you know what? We're going to introduce ourselves. There's things that are on my mind. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I should. I don't really know. But it is what it is. Let's start introducing ourselves first.
Hello, my name's Oliver and I'm 9 years old.
Okay, Oliver, you slow it down a little bit. Little Barry White, slow it down. Next.
Hello, my name is Calvin and I'm 10 years old.
Calvin just forgot how old he is. 10 years old. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Zaire and I'm 10.
Camera himself, because he's always smiling. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the podcast. I usually don't like to pick a topic, and I still feel some type of way about this topic. But it's current events and this stuff happening in the world that at your age, I think we could talk about it. I think we could have an opinion and we could learn from each other. I definitely want to learn how you feel about it. So recently, about 2 days ago, give the little introduction. Callie, you want to introduce it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, bro.
So
Take it from here.
So 2 days ago, a Texas school shooting happened, and before that, the victim apparently shot his grandmother, and killed his grandmother.
Yeah.
And I believe he killed 19 people.
He didn't kill his grandma. His grandma's in the hospital.
Yeah, I think he shot because she's the one that called the cops.
Yeah.
Or harmed.
I mean, there's so much. I mean, the details of it is still kind of new. They're going back and forth. But the grandmother, he did shoot his grandmother. But the grandmother's the one that called the cops.
Yeah.
So I think she still might be alive, like you said. Thank you for the CNN update. It's just a real weird thing, and I just wanted to know. You know, you guys are 9 and 10 years old. Yes. We said.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about this? Was this something that was talked about in school? I mean, you all go to different schools, I would assume.
Me and Daria went to the same school.
Also in the same school. So was this something that was mentioned in school?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, they showed us a whole video, but
They showed you a video?
yeah.
Well, my teacher didn't. We just sat in a circle and we talked about it.
Your voice is dry.
Yeah. So you talked about it. You saw in your class. You saw a video.
Yeah, they showed us a video so they blurred out when people got shot and stuff.
That's kind of tough.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Tell me about it.
I don't know how I feel about showing the video though. I think the explanation and the conversation is great. It has to be done.
Yeah,
I think that you know you want to assure people of them being safe and stuff like that. So conversation
They
has
were
to be
shooting
done.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went night.
But
So how do you? I mean, you saw the video and stuff like that, but how do you feel about the violence and these young lives that were taken away?
Well, first of all, how I feel, to be honest, I feel like, what's the word, like, when you're angry, but, like, you don't know how to show it and, like, a little bit upset.
I don't know.
Like, yeah,
Frustrated.
frustrated.
Frustrated is a good one.
Because, like, without them knowing, like, a school shooting was happening, and, like, they also shot, like, kids, like, 9 to, I think, 17, I think.
I don't know the age, but they were
It was
young.
an elementary school.
Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
elementary school, so they were probably young ones.
Oh
Yeah, and they also shot, like, a teacher, like,
yeah, two
I saw, like, a
teachers.
little bit of the video. I saw, like, people crying and stuff like that. Like, loved ones were really lost
Yeah, so your feeling is more frustrated of what's going on
and sad.
and sad. Callie, what about you, sir?
So we do this thing named morning meetings in my class, and we went over that.
Okay.
And we went over that, and once we did a morning meeting, we spoke about that, and my friend said that the person might be racist because when they like showed like the victims, like the victims. Hold on, victims is the people who got shot, correct?
Yes.
So when they showed the victims, it was all black people.
Oh well, no. In the one that was in
It was a Hispanic
no.
or Spanish
the
guy.
one that you're talking about is the one in Buffalo.
Oh.
Yeah.
That one is a different
Oh,
one.
yeah.
That one had racial
Um,
racial elements because he already was putting into this. Mind you, this is something that happened Tuesday. This was happening, and this happened maybe 5 days before. There was a shooting in Buffalo,
Oh,
so that was definitely racial
A lot of
because
shootings
because
happening.
he's he put stuff out. He also had a he also had
one Hispanic person.
he also had a whole writing like 20, I don't know 100 and something pages that he wrote on how he dislikes black people and stuff like that. So that was a racial one. But the one in the school, as violent as it was, the person was Spanish. It was in a place in Texas where it's mostly all Hispanic, Mexican, Spanish people and stuff like that. So I don't think it had racial tensions. It's just more that the kid that was 18, he could have had mental issues.
True.
And that's more of a
Or a PhD.
PhD. He didn't go. He
I
didn't
mean
go to the army.
ADHD. I mean
Oh,
ADHD.
He could have had ESPN. I don't know what he could have had. I don't know all the breakdowns of these mental illnesses, but he could have had something mentally wrong with him that he needed support.
So that was something else that I was talking
Yeah,
about.
I mean it's hard to it's hard because it's happening so often now that we almost have a blur for what's going on. Like 5 days ago happened in Buffalo, 2 days ago happened in Texas.
A lot of things
I mean-
happening this year.
It's
It's crazy, I know.
a lot going on.
Quite sad, actually.
So, well, we had the morning meeting, and my classmates connected it to that, and today we had a fire drill. Actually, I mean not a fire drill, a lockdown.
Yeah, lockdown. Okay, yeah, soft lockdown.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we went over that before we did the lockdown because I'm pretty sure they did the lockdown because of that, like because somebody got shot.
Yeah, they want
Wait, just to
They
be
want to
clear,
make
it was
sure
a
you're
practice,
still on
right?
track.
Hold on. They want to make sure that you guys are familiar to what
Yeah.
to do, and it also is an exercise. It's also the importance of listening. Like when when they ring that bell and there's a lockdown, how important it is to drop what you're doing, not play with your friends, not worry about this, not worry about your coat being on or anything, and just go do the proper procedure that you have to do. We do them in my school too, the lockdowns, and a lot of the times the kids are like, "Pfft, yeah, whatever, and they're trying to walk in the hallway and stuff like that, but they don't understand how important it is to lock yourself in that room and go to the back of the room or somewhere where you're not by the door,
Or where you're not seen.
where you're not seen. I mean, they even tell you to cover the window if you have a window in your door. So all those things are very important because if you were
If you were
an active
actual-
shooter, if you're an active shooter and you're walking down the school and you can't see in the classroom, you can't see if it's one person or 500 kids in there. So that might drive you to go in that room if you see more people because you're trying to kill as many as possible, and that's why they do these drills.
But honestly, like, I mean, I get it. Like, you want to have people following the correct protocols, but at the same time, if there's an active shooter and because you're not gonna just be an active shooter for no reason. You're not gonna be an active shooter for no reason. It's obviously gonna be like something's wrong with you because you're not just gonna shoot in a school for no reason.
Yeah, you never know.
And-
You never know what's on someone's mind. Like this, that's the sad part. You never know.
And like if it was in a real lockdown, would you really? Yes, it does make sense to sit in a corner, but at the same time, if something's wrong with their head and that's the reason why they're doing it, then don't you think that they would shoot, like they would just shoot without like even caring if anybody's in the room because they're
Yeah,
just trying to cause harm either way.
yeah, they're
And-
trying to cause harm. But the thing is that if they're trying to cause some form of harm, and they could see where they could harm people, most likely they'll be attracted to where they could see that people could get harmed. If right now you see how we have a door here, they ring the bell and we go through our thing and it's an active shooter in here, just happened to come, let's say from the first floor or whatever, I would lock this door and we will all quietly be in this corner because that's away from the door. We would all just be as quiet as possible over here because he doesn't even know that we're in here. You understand? So the drill is to try to avoid the confrontation of the person. You don't want to confront them, especially when they have a weapon and you don't. So that's the reason why they do these drills. And believe me, would you rather when you go in and you go to a door, if it's open, you go through it, right? And if it's closed, what do you do?
Just walk away.
Yeah, you kind of walk away. You don't really have a choice. Like you can't check every closed door, but if that door is closed, then the person can't come in here.
Unless like they have like something that could like unlock the door,
Well,
like a crowbar sort of.
These
Most
guys are
schools-
not. These guys are not trying to get into every room. If he
They're
wants
not
to,
Megaminds.
like, if he's trying to get into this room in particular because he hates podcasting and he's really trying to get in here, then he will set up a way to get to this particular place.
Like
I mean,
maybe like
I've never heard someone that's like, okay, I'm gonna get into a specific room. That's why, in general, if it's a lockdown, they just try to lock as many doors as possible. Even like
That's smart.
what we do is that we have locks in the staircases, so the staircases would be locked. So if he can't go to the second floor, then that means the second floor is good, and then you start locking other places on the second floor,
And then he's
it
stuck.
just it's stuck. So that's one of the reasons why they do these lockdowns. It's very important, to tell you the truth. The lockdowns are one of the most important things that the schools do to get you guys prepared.
because like what if it was like a real lockdown, and someone just like ignored it, then one got like seriously hurt.
I want you to speak, and then I'll tell you.
All right. So I think like last month we had a lockdown, right? And it was like in the middle of like music, and like me and this other person, right, that was in my class, right. She went to the bathroom, and I went to go drink water, right. And basically, where I went to go drink water at, it was like closest to the bathroom, right. So as soon as the alarm went off, right, we was basically like far away from the classroom, right. And there wasn't like basically a girl's bathroom that close, and plus where music is at, it's like right next to the front of the right next to the entrance. So
Of the school?
yeah, but where I was drinking water, it was sort of close to the music room. So I was like, I don't want to get seen, because that's how they basically see the person go through the door. So I ran all the way back, like all the way upstairs, and I went to the bathroom, and I started hiding behind some of the stalls, and then we had to wait like a whole 20 minutes, and we were just hiding in the bathroom.
I want to tell you
But
right
she was
now.
hiding in the first
I'll
one
tell you
next to the
because
entrance.
Mr. Andrews here. We've been here long enough, but when we go through right now. This is about to end, and then we go into our summer camp. We go into our training. One of our trainings is exactly that. We don't tell nobody when it's happening. We just be like, boom, it's a fire drill or it's a walkout, and we do it spontaneous like that, so we could catch everybody off guard, and so that everyone we explain to them what's supposed to happen, and then we trying to figure out, did you do it right? Most of the time, I'm going to let you the truth. I hide. I start looking around and I hide, because you're supposed to count how many people are in here. So if I'm hiding and you don't know where I'm at, then it's a problem. I hide in the bathroom. I do it when we go to the store. Sometimes I walk and I'll be like, yo, just go inside the store. Yo, give me a head count. Yeah, we good. You sure? Count that again. Where's Jim at? Oh, I thought Jim. Well, you see Jim on the line? Let's count those heads. Because when you least expect it, that's when things are going to happen. Your parents put your lives and your trust in people like myself, Mr. Andrew, Francesca. So we have to make sure that we count. I don't care if it's 10 times. If we walk from here to the library, we counting you 10 times. Every time we hit a corner, yo, let's go. 1, 2, 3, count them out. Okay, let's go another 4 steps. You go by McDonald's, yo, let's head count them again. And we just count. It's only numbers. It's only 10, 15 seconds. But that way we assure that the people we left out the building with are the ones that are returning into the building. That's extremely important. As a parent, I don't want to get a phone call saying, hey, you know what? We went to the library and I don't know where your kid is at. That's just unacceptable.
Yeah, because then you're getting like in serious trouble, and maybe even
I don't even care about getting fired and all that. My child is missing. I don't want to get that phone call. I don't even like getting the phone calls when someone gets hurt. I mean, we've gone to trips and people get hurt. Just careless stuff. Those phone calls are not great. Oh, you know what? We're in Rye Playland, and your kid, got hurt. I don't want to hear that as a parent. What you mean by hurt? How hurt? Oh, we're gonna call the ambulance. Hold up a second. You calling the ambulance? That means it's real serious. So as a parent, I never want to hear that. So we have to, practice these things, precautions, and all that stuff. So I know that sometimes it's a drag. You're like, oh man, it's happening during my gym or whatever. But if it's very important that the training it happens. I'm sorry, I just called. I thought she was raising her hand. So I had a conversation with my kids about this, and it was very difficult. I work in a high school, so it's a little easier to conversate with them.
The teenagers that ignore you.
No, for my girls, my daughter Bella, she had a real hard time with this. She doesn't understand. She's 5 years old, so she would be the age of a lot of the kids that unfortunately passed away.
Oh wow.
She felt like, could this happen in her school? That's one of the questions she asked. Could this happen in her school? I can't lie and say it can't happen in her school, but they take precautions so this doesn't happen in her school. It's most likely not going to happen in her school. So you have to assure them and be confident and tell them, hey, mommy takes you to school every day. She makes sure that you're inside the building. There's a cop over here. There's this person over there. So there's different things that you're trying to assure her that she's safe. At 5 years old, you don't want to think that somebody could hurt you. Mm-hmm. So it was very difficult for her. She didn't even go to school today. Because she felt like she was scared, and she was like, I don't really want to go to school. I don't know what's gonna happen. So we explained that to the teacher, and we just got schoolwork for her to do at home. But she didn't go to school because she was not ready. She was not ready. She doesn't understand it. She never saw a video. It's just a conversation that we had, and we told her what happened.
Maybe that talk was a little bit too early.
Yeah, so it's hard, man. It's hard. And as a person, a dad and a person that works with kids and works in a school, this has been something that's been on my mind for 2 days. And usually I don't carry this stuff on, a lot. But I could imagine what these parents are going through.
I feel you.
I could imagine. I mean, I would never want none of you guys to ever get hurt. So it's a sad thing, man. Mm-hmm. It's very sad, yeah. And it goes back to mental awareness, mental health. If you see somebody that needs some type of help, and they asking for it, you have to be there for them. I feel that us as workers here, I always say, whatever I'm doing, if one of you guys ever say, Mr. Ish, I want to talk to you about something, I'm usually available right away, quick. I don't say, oh, you know what, I'm having a class, I'll talk to you later. No, what do you want to talk about? Because I don't know if this is the time that you're opening up. This is the time that you're telling me something that you couldn't tell anybody else. If you feel safe, if you feel unsafe, whatever it might be. You may be happy, which is a great thing too. You may be like, yo, I just got a great grade in my school or whatever. And that's all great too. So I never know when a child wants to speak. So I have to be available, when the person wants to speak to me. That's the way I look at my job. I can't tell you everybody looks at it, but that's the way we're trained to, and that's the way that we should, take our jobs. I know I talk a lot. Anything else you guys want to add to this?
I just want to say, that hold on.
Oh,
that
yeah.
The school shooting that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I hope that the grandmother that got shot, it's okay. I pray that everything turns out fine.
Yeah, I mean, even
And I hope
for the
that
ones
the guy that did the shooting and all his and all the people that helped him get arrested.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sad thing. Yeah, Khaled.
Yeah. I know.
Last thing for me. So me and my mom was talking about it last night or 2 nights ago. I think it was last night, and she said that there's been gun protests, and my sister and my cousins actually went to one in D.C.
Okay.
A few years ago. I think
So they don't talk about it; they be about it. That's great.
3-4 years ago, and she was saying like she took them so they could go to the protest, so they could experience what it's like, and there hasn't been as much gun violence protest as much as in the past, because there hasn't been any really thing to spark the fire of the protest.
Great word to use. I think that this, because the children were so young, I think this has sparked the fire again, and politicians are getting into it. People in the media are getting into it. Basketball coaches are getting into it. You know, Steve Kerr was basically crying and yelling, and you know, it's affected people differently because I think of the age of the children. I think that's been a big spark.
Yeah.
Also at school, they've been telling us that like an hour or like an hour before they got to school or when they was in school, they just did a ceremony. I think it was like their graduation ceremony.
Yeah, and school was supposed to end like 2 days. I mean, school would have ended now.
Yeah,
They ended it early because of all this, but
Yeah, the
Um,
school is really about to end in 2 days for them, and then the school shooting came, and then like an hour or 2 hours and a half, the school shooter came and shot them.
one of the other things that I heard is that this is one of those small communities where everybody kind of like knows them, and this is
Yeah.
the zone school, and the parents heard the shooting. You know, they live in the neighborhood. They heard the shooting, and they rushed to the school, and there was there was cops already there, but they're hearing the shooting. And they're trying to get into the school, and the cops are like, "Hey, we don't know what's going on. We can't let you go in." But just knowing as a parent that, hey, ba ba ba, I hear this sound, and that could be a kid dying. That could be something that's happening, and you have no control over it. I know the police are trained, and that's what they're supposed to do. They can't just say, "Hey, you know what? Oh, you're a parent. Go ahead, go in and see if you can save somebody." Most likely, you're not gonna save nobody. Most likely, you're gonna get in trouble. So they were trying to make sure that everybody was safe before they let other people in the building. So it's extremely hard. I don't know if I could be outside and hear the violence and not go into that building. Like it's gonna, especially if you know your children are there. That's extremely hard. So shout out to the policemen and all that stuff too. And it's a hard deal all the way around, man. Well, thank you for being honest, guys. I appreciate that at least you knew something about it, and this is a conversation that's happening in school.
Yeah,
And
because this is serious.
and this is a conversation that it may end soon, it may not end soon. If you feel any type of way, there's counselors, I believe, in school. There's people you could talk to.
Yeah,
I mean, there's always people here. If you're feeling some type of way, I know I've been in the dumps, and I'm usually not that person. I'm usually having fun, or at least not have things on my mind like that. But it's been hard for this to go away from me. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
We're out of here.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check. Check.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.